Okay, it's been a week, and almost every day I've been putting penetrating oil on the nuts and bolts of all the parts that are coming off this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to put the camera on a tripod and just film the progress of how far I get today. Hopefully, front fenders, hood, all the front sheet metal comes off. Here, let's have a look-see at the car and what it looks like right before everything gets removed. Okay, so the Shelby bin, I've been putting penetrating oil on it, and I put a tissue on it and soaked it with penetrating oil, and it's been working pretty well. I've been able to peel the paint off of it around the VIN number, and I'm going to show that. It's the numbers and letters are coming through fairly well. Originally, when these cars were stamped, they had very light stamps, and a coat of paint covers almost everything up. But I'm pretty happy with what I can see, and it looks pretty original. So I'm anxious to get this fender off and also have a look-see at the bin up close that's on the passenger side rear. So coming around the front, all these views have been recorded before, but here it is, and then we get around to the driver's side. Again, I hope to get the fenders and hood off and be able to look at the Ford VINs, the hidden VINs, and also, if I can get to it today, the tag is going to come off. Probably can see where the rivet was drilled on the right side. I'm going to try and avoid that. I'm going to cut the rivet off once I have access to it and the fender's removed. I'm going to have access to the rivet underneath the fender. I'm going to cut the rivet off, and what I'd like to do is just be able to pull the VIN tag right off the car without damaging the aluminum in any way. Also take note that the fitting of the VIN tag is quite nicely placed around the fender. I do believe that these are, as I've discussed before, I think these are original fenders and original sheet metal to the car. The previous owner has stated that the car was never prior in an accident. Once I get the fenders off, we're going to have a look to see, besides the date code, what on those fenders would indicate that these were on a Shelby, that these are original Shelby fenders. So I'm going to go ahead and put this camera up on the tripod and start taking it apart, and hope you enjoy. Okay, so turns out while I was in the process of finding all the bolts, even the hidden one, taking the driver's side fender off, the camera recorded to the end, or the battery ran out, not sure which. But either way, let's catch up on what I've discovered. Other than there was one more hidden bolt holding the fender on. I think on the passenger side, it must have sheared off. I'll have to take a look at it, but why I didn't catch it on the passenger side. And it's been years since I've taken a fender off, so I forgot all about it. But only accessible through the kick panel being removed. And if the kick panel is removed, then really to do it right, you have to take the door sill plate off too, which I did. So I did get to the hidden bolt. It's tucked up in there, but came out, fender came off. Okay, so here's about the finished product. I think I'm still gonna take the hood hinges off. Probably do that today. But essentially, this was my goal of getting to this point today. So once, or I should say now that the fenders are off, I've covered up the some of the digits on the Ford VIN, but I want to show where they are. So on 65, 66 Mustang production, the VIN numbers were located in 3 spots: the passenger side rear, the driver's side rear, and the driver's side front. And on this car, they're all present, and they're all correct for this car and for a K code. So let's have a look. First, passenger side rear, that get a pretty good view. Kind of interesting. It appears that all of the paint around the VIN looks like it's original paint. This had never been painted over when the engine compartment had been detailed and painted. So numbers are nice and clear. They come right through, and when you're looking at a VIN, everything is there. The 2 stars on either end, and then all of the digits that are clearly marked. What's not secret about the car is the Shelby VIN, and this one's a little bit harder. The Shelby VIN, they were stamped quite lightly, and I can show, if I can position this right, I can show where the digits are that are for this car. So the factory stamping for the Shelby VIN was SFM, and then 6 for model year 66S for street, and then the sequential number. And this had not been repainted, and there you go. You have the star that was stamped on both sides of the VIN, 6R09K, and then the first 2 of the sequence number, and the other ones are hidden. So this is going to put a wrap on video 3 of removing front sheet metal and hood from 6S367. Once again, if there need to be any corrections, anything I pointed out, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll reply when I'm able to. Please click subscribe and like if you enjoy the content. I'm planning on episode 4 is going to be getting into the engine compartment and start removing brackets, braces. So again, thanks for stopping by, and see you next time.